Hey guys, hi, happy Wednesday. Happy Whimsical Wednesday to you guys. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for joining me. My name is Tracey and I'm with Tracey's Fancy and I'm live here on Dixie Belle's page. They allow me to be here every single Wednesday night to share painting fun with you and whatever I have going on at the time. I get to share with you guys and bring you into my shop, which I absolutely love. I love looking forward to being here with you guys every single Wednesday night. Hey, Dixie Belle's on, and Amy, hi honey, how are you? Hey guys, it's been a really big day for me today. I've got some really good news in my personal world and in my health world. Hi Christine and Bobby, and if any of you that are jumping on here right now have left nice comments for me on Facebook and Instagram on Tracey's Fancy, I really appreciate it. I just want to say thank you right now. It means a lot to me. I haven't had a chance to comment back to everyone, so I want to tell you thank you. I would love to hear where you're tuning in from. I would also love to hear if you've ever used Dixie Belle products or if you've never used Dixie Belle products. I always like to know who my first timers are and watch for questions from you guys, and I will answer them as best I can as we move on with the project. So let me get started and tell you guys before I forget, I always want to start out with the workshop. We are still selling tickets to the workshop. We would love to have you guys join us. There's going to be 6 instructors. I'm actually going to be there myself teaching a class. I do think that we have some live videos coming up in the next few days where I might even be starting tomorrow, where we're going to come on for just a few minutes and show you what it is that we're doing and what you'll get to hands-on work on at the workshop and take home with you as well. It's in Ontario, California. Let me find my little piece of paper here. September, I keep forgetting the dates. I have several workshops going on. So September the 27th and the 28th in Ontario, California. And if you purchase your ticket before July 2nd, you go into a drawing where you may win a free ticket as well. So you could bring a friend. Or if you don't have anyone that you want to bring with you, then you can be refunded for purchasing your ticket. And if you've already bought a ticket, don't worry, your name is already in that hat and you're already in for the drawing. So, let's see, Glinda, you've never used Dixie Belle, done only one small piece with another product. Please watch. Let me tell you all I can about these products. They're so easy to use. We're gonna do some really simple things tonight that make a really big difference in your furniture finish and keep it from just being a solid color of paint. Thank you, Dixie Belle, for sharing the link. Dixie, I forgot to tell you where you can get the information to sign up. Hello. But you know how Facebook works. You can always just comment right here and myself or Dixie Belle will get back to you with that information so that you can sign up. But they've already put a link right there for you. So, hey, Melissa. Hi there. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Tina. It's good to see all of you. So do not be disappointed, I hope, when I tell you that we're not continuing the headboard back there tonight. Okay, this is the headboard, you guys, that we will finish. We will do that headboard on Whimsical Wednesdays together. I have not touched it since we did Whimsical Wednesday right there last Wednesday. But Marilyn, remember I invited Marilyn Monroe to the party and she hasn't shown up. Exactly. No, Gina, I did not get Marilyn. They did, however, it was an Etsy shop and with some strange name out of California, but he did or she did refund me my money. So I got my money back and the shipping cost, which all in all was like $90. So I am on the hunt for a printable Marilyn Monroe with the pink bubble in her mouth. Reach out to me, please, if you have that. I haven't had time to move on to find something else, but something came up and I wanted to do something else anyway. So no worries about Marilyn Monroe. I haven't changed my mind. We're going to do her together right here. It's just a little bit delayed, right? Because things happen, right? Okay, so here we go. I want to share with you what we are doing tonight. I have a mic on, so I will turn my back to you a little bit, but I do have a mic on, so you should still be able to hear me. Hey, Sue. I know, Gina, I'm bummed too, but don't worry. We're still going to do it. I won't touch it. It will only be right here. And don't be sad. I have so many other good things going on, you guys. I'm not even worried, but I was bummed. I will admit I was super bummed. Oh my gosh, I would love that. It needs to be big enough. That's a pretty big space in the middle. So it needs to be like a full-size poster that I can cut down. So, or a printable. So anyway, oh, that's kind of cool. Teresa, I kind of like the Queen Elizabeth with the bubble. Oh, that might go really well with that bed. That's a really good idea. I like that. We could still do that pop art, right? Oh, I like that idea. Okay, so let's get started, y'all. I had someone locally that is in some of my groups, and she called and said, hey, I have this really great jewelry armoire, and I'm going to get rid of it. Would you like it? Just come pick it up. So she gave it to me. So I was like, yeah, I'll be there. So I drove over and got it, had a great visit. Was so happy to meet her in person. And so I decided to make this jewelry armoire. I really, really wanted to use a design transfer that I got from Redesign Transfer. It's one of their brand new ones. I don't think you've probably seen it. Maybe you've seen it, but they're pushing a lot of the new design transfers, and I haven't seen anyone use this yet. Maybe I'm just, in left field and I haven't seen it, but I think it's one that you might not have seen. So based on the design transfer, which I'm going to show you in a minute, I knew that I wanted to use one of the new Moonshine metallics. I wanted to use Still Magnolia, which this is it right here. I used Still Magnolia, but I knew I didn't want to do it solid. This is Still Magnolia. My favorite Modern Masters metallic paint, which I'm going to say their name because I have been there's never ever been a metallic paint that's come out that I liked better than Modern Masters. So no matter what paint company, whatever paint I was using, I still would always throw in my Modern Masters metallic paint. Because I just loved them. Warm silver was by far my favorite. And this, if you were a warm silver Modern Masters fan, however, you're a Dixie Belle lover like I am, all problems are now solved because now Dixie Belle offers, this is my warm silver. So it's Still Magnolia is the name of it, but it is truly the color of warm silver by Modern Masters. So I knew that I wanted to incorporate that with the design transfer. So I went ahead and painted up. These are just some plain old pine boards. This is the way I work, you guys. So this is just some pine boards that I have cut in strips. So I knew that I wanted to use these two colors together. So can you see? Look at the reflection. That's that Still Magnolia. That is my new Dixie Belle solution to Modern Masters Warm Silver. You see it? It's on the top here. You can just see the reflection in the light. Isn't that beautiful? So I knew I wanted to use that. Hi, Susan. And I went ahead and blended that down into some Sandbar. But I also liked some of these darker colors. So here we go again. We've got the Still Magnolia. This is the Still Magnolia right here on the top. It's catching the light really well. And then I took it down into a color I've never used before by Dixie Belle. It's called Spanish Moss. So it's listed as a green, I believe, but I think they also listed in the grays, and it's a very greeny gray. It's like a mossy, kind of a mossy greeny gray. I like it a lot. And yes, Pat. Hi, Pat. Hi, honey. Yes, I love this one on the bottom. This is Gravel Road. It's one of the darker grays by Dixie Belle. Isn't it gorgeous? So these three colors I really liked as well together. So I was like, well, how can I use all of these? I want to use all of these together. So I get this jewelry armoire out with my design transfer, and I start working on it, and I'm like, well, I'm going to do like a graduated ombre, or I'm going to do a color blend, and it's not real big. Oh yeah, it sure would, Susan. That would look really good. The Spanish Moss with the barn transfer she's talking about. So anyway, I ended up doing something I've never done, y'all. I've never done this before. I've done it on canvases, and I've done it on furniture with a palette knife, but I used the new design transfer tool. This is the new tool that Redesign has out for their, you know how they always came with the stick? Yes, Pat, no wonder you loved it. They always came with that popsicle looking stick with it, which I broke on live video many times. So they came out with this new really cool, it looks like a mermaid tail, right? It's a nice durable plastic stick. It's got two different ends, and this end I love because it's got this little carving right here. So I'll show you in a minute. It gets right up against the curves really, really well. Well, look what's all over it, y'all. It is my paints in all the different colors. I didn't like what was happening. I was trying to blend, and then I just started scraping it. I just started scraping it in all these different directions with this transfer tool instead of a paint scraper. And I just started layering and layering and scraping, and I just went nuts with it. And this is the side version. It is so smooth and so beautiful. So it's got some metallic in it, but it's just kind of worked in through it. So this looks like I did a drippy look, with water. There's no water in that, y'all. I didn't use any water at all to get this drippy look. I just kept scraping. I would start at the top and pull down, and I would just scrape, and then I would scrape. See these that are moving this way? Can you see those that are pulling that way? Then I would take my paint over here and I would pull it this way, over and over. You can kind of see if you come in close. Do you see the lines that are going that way? That's what I did. So I would pull, 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 and then I would go back up to the top, and I would grab some paint and I would pull down again. I would pull down. So I went so crazy and I did the whole piece, and that's not what I'm here to teach you, but I am telling you how I did it. Hey, Nina. Hi, honey. Hi, Edwina. But then down here, look at this. It gets darker. It gets darker. So this is mostly gravel road down here. This is actually down on the bottom is mostly gravel road, and the Moonshine Still Magnolia is in here. So I did a lot of scraping. And then down here on the very bottom, you can see that I actually highlighted, the trim right here and right here with just the Still Magnolia. You can see that really well right here. But I want you to look up close. Do you see this kind of speckledy look in here? Let me tell you how I get that. Can you see that really well? Yeah. Can you see this real speckledy appearance that you get right here? What I do that on a lot of my furniture, especially, oh, that's my ceiling, especially on pieces that I am trying to pull in a watered effect. I let my paint dry and sit just a little bit. Thank you, Dixie Belle. I let it dry just a little bit. Hey, identify yourself, Dixie Belle. I don't know who's with me tonight. So I don't have to keep calling you Dixie Belle. I don't know who you are. I let it dry a little bit. And then when I don't want it to drip, I don't want it to be drippy, I let it dry, and then I take my mister and I stand real far away, and I just mist like that. Just barely, just a little. Hi, Kelsey. Hi, honey. It is usually you, right? I think. I don't know. Anyway, I just missed one time, and I just let it land, and it just sort of eats through the paint just a little bit, and it gives it that real speckledy look, and I love that. It almost looks like the Easter speckled eggs. It gives it a real aged look. So, okay, that's the side. Enough about that, right? Thank you, Tammy. So let me turn it around and show you where my inspiration came from, okay? Now, I don't know if y'all follow me on Instagram or not. By the way, you guys, I am so close. I'm going crazy. Would y'all SHARE my Instagram account, please? I'm right there. I'm like 200 away from 10,000, which is such a big deal for Instagrammers. I'm so close. But anyway, in my Instagram story, and by the way, I do a lot of Instagram IGTVs for Dixie Belle. I do a lot on my Instagram page. I've probably got, I don't know, 6 or 7 of them. They're brand new that we're doing, and they're a lot of fun to watch. They're quick, and they keep your attention, and lots of Dixie Belle stuff on there. So anyway, where's it going? On my Instagram story today, we shared a before picture of this piece right here, and it's from Bombay. It's from the Bombay company. It's got the sticker. Remember the Bombay company? It's got the little metal thing on the back. You all know them. It was, super popular in the malls. Melissa, thank you, honey. So that's where it's from. It's from Bombay. So it's that typical super dark and very shiny piece. It's like down here on the bottom, you can see this super slick and shiny. So I did use Slick Stick. Hello, Gwen from Alabama. I did use Slick Stick on it first. All right, and then I primed it as well. I primed it with B.O.S. Clear, actually, I think. Slick Stick and yes, B.O.S. Clear. That's what I did. Because a lot of these Bombay pieces, you guys, will bleed through a little bit. You'll get some pink bleed through, and I didn't want that. All right, so let me spin her around and show you what she looks like now. You like? You like? Oh, Anitra, I'll show you. I'll show you again. Okay, so have you seen this yet? Have you seen this transfer? It's big. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. Yes, Vicki, it's a Prima tool. It's their new design transfer tool, their furniture design transfer tool that you can apply the transfers with. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it so, so much. Okay, let me tell you what the name of this one is. The name of this transfer, it's not on the, Dixie Belle does not have it in stock yet, so you'll have to find it from one of their retailers. It's called Antique Imprint. Antique Imprint. So it's just this ring. It comes with this ring, and then it also had it had words on the top and words on the bottom. So thank you. I love it. I love it so much. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I have to use that, which it's kind of out of my character. You know, I usually go for all the Vanessa, thank you. I've had a really good day. Thank you, but I'm kind of exhausted. Thank you, Kristen. Thanks, you guys. I usually go for the more bold colors or things with a lot of color in it, and this is super not at all. So we threw some color in, so let me show you how. So I cut the words off the top, and it came in 3 sheets. 1 sheet, 2 sheet, 3 sheets. And I cut them up and put them on, and I used the new tool. So let me show you this. The side of this tool has this little nick like that in it, which works really, really well when you are putting it right up against. Do you see how that fits right up against that trim piece? Can y'all see that? I don't know if I'm getting that very well. I'm doing this. There you go. See how it fits right on there, and it just pushed right in up against that edge, just like that. It worked great. Really, really well. So anyway, that's the piece. So you can now see why I chose the colors that I did, because if you look up close, it's got all sorts of colors. Now, it was very I did all of this dark shading. All of that shading I did around the transfer. Again, it's called Antique Imprint is the name of it. And as well, this is also a redesign with Prima piece. It's one of their new door knockers. And so I took off the very, very traditional handles that were on here. Where'd that door knocker go? I had the box. Well, I don't know what happened to the box. I had the box up here. Anyway, this is one of their new door knockers. So I took the handles off, the bright brassy gold handles, took those off. I used the door knocker right in the middle. I'll show you how that works in a minute. And then down here, I took the other 2 super traditional handles that were off. I had this in stock. It looks just like this, the brassy, ugly brassy gold. I have tons of these. I have buckets and buckets of furniture handles. And you can see that I changed the color of it. Let me show you right here the difference. So I matched it to the one that I did up top. So I turned this into this and just stuck it in I actually stuck it right back in the existing hole. Now let me show you this up close, because this has the new Moonshine metallic on it. This was black. It was very, very black. I painted it in Gravel Road first, and then I dry brushed it with the Moonshine metallic. Since I had the shimmer and the sheen going on all of the trim, I went ahead and put the shimmer and the sheen on here, and then I did it on this piece as well. So that is that. So then let me show you the little Papa surprise, okay? So because I couldn't stand that it didn't have a lot of color on it, let me show you what I did. Now you might wonder, why did I do this? We're gonna do this together in just a minute. We're gonna do some of this coloring together. You might wonder why I did that. So let me show you why. So this opens, my son did this. He attached it to just one side. Do you see this? It's attached to one side and it sticks out, and then there's no handle on this one at all. You have to just reach inside and pop it out, okay? All right, now 2 of the drawers inside are done and the rest are not, because we're gonna do some of those together. All right, you ready? This is what all of the drawers will look like. Right now they're just primed and white, so be ready. This is what the inside, look at those. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. Now, the reason I went with these colors is because this is the original green felt that was already in there, and it's a beautiful hunter green. So I decided to pull my Dixie Belle Palmetto out. This is it right here. It is a gorgeous green, and it looks so whimsical and so thank you, so whimsical and so gorgeous with Plum Crazy. So I used Plum Crazy and Palmetto green on the inside together. So this is like as jewel tone as you can get. This is as whimsical and bold in your face as you can get. So thank you, Betty. Thanks so much. Oh, Joanne, you can't hear? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. So there we go. And let me show you the inside of one of the drawers so that you can see. I haven't cleaned these out, but see that the green felt is, it's really, really pretty. And it's really hard to remove all of that. I didn't want to remove it. So I just embraced it. You know, I just embraced it. And it's a color I didn't get it this time. It's a great color. Yes, I love it. And so then I also used the Dixie Belle Besting Wax in black. So you can see around my numerals here, you can hopefully see up close, see how it's all shaded and kind of grunged out looking around there, around the numbers. I did the whole drawer in wax after I painted it. So we're going to do that together now that I've explained everything. All right. Now, are you wondering about these, you guys? These are part, oh, crap. That is good. Why does that always happen? I didn't let it dry. I didn't let it dry all the way. Palmetto and Plum Crazy with Besting Wax and Black. And I put at the top of my heading, at the description of this, I hope y'all are laughing because trust me, I always drop something. The molds I always break while I'm showing you. So I didn't let it dry long enough. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I put every color that I used, I put in the description of this video up at the top. And I also put my affiliate link because you know that I would love it if you are going to go shopping, if you would just click my affiliate link and get on over there and purchase. And then I get a little bit of kickback from that. And that makes me so happy. If you would like to see, touch, and feel your paint for absolute sure, I understand that. And just go to the Dixie Belle website and go to their retailer search bar and put in your zip code and it'll show you every retailer around you will pop up. Okay. Yep, Harless, that is right. So this lets me show you up close, right? Meant to be. These little suckers were hard. These are some molds. They were hard to do. This is one of the new Prima molds. This one is called Numerals. Okay. And this is what it looks like right here, numerals. Well, I would have loved to have gone with the Roman numerals in the bigger ones, but the only ones that fit on these drawers were these tiny ones. So I was gonna do one, which you can now see. Let me show you now that it's come off. You can see my Besting black wax around where my number was. You see that? Yep, there you go. So I was going to do drawer number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 right down the middle. So when you open it, you have your numbers there, and they are done. I painted them in, what did I paint them in? I painted them in Sandbar first, and then I dry brushed them with the Steel Magnolia. So they have that real metallic look, and they actually look exactly like the handle that I showed you. Thank you, Betty. Yes, thank you. Okay, so let's get going. Let's do a drawer. Actually, let's highlight first. No, let's do a drawer first. So now you can see, that's why I brought in some of this highlighted color that you can see right here really well. I think right there. There you go. Now let me show you this down here. Look down here. Right down there. You see that, how I did that? I'm going to show you how to do that right here. And how I brought it into the paint. Just makes it look kind of natural. It's a little gothic-y, you know, but I just wanted there to be some pop of color on the front, but not too much. I really did not want to take away from this. I could have gone crazy with some waxes and some greens and stuff like that, but I really wanted to just be a touch of it and then open it and be like, bam, and there we are. So I'm going to move my lights in a little bit closer, and I'm going to walk around to the back side of the table, and let's do some painting. let's do some painting. I could talk to y'all all day long and just, you know, keep sharing with you what I'm doing. But let me go around and let me grab a drawer and we are going to paint. Let's pull that out. Let's just grab a drawer. Close, close. All right, roll this out of the way and hang tight. I'm coming. All the way around. I still can't believe we're not doing Maryland. Oh, I need to move that in. Hey, Matt. Hold on, guys. Never mind, I got it. I forgot to bring y'all up. I gotta bring y'all up closer. All right, there we go. I think I'll be right there and you should be able to see really well. Okay, so remember I told y'all that this Bombay furniture is super slick. I've done a bed from Bombay, like a headboard and footboard, and you do need a lot of tooth and grit added to the. Am I echoing, Josie? I'm sorry. You know, I'm in my shop, which is actually my garage. And I do have a microphone on, but maybe it's because it turned inside out. I don't know, but it's there. Okay, so here's the drawer, and I put slick stick on it, and it's been primed. And the white that you see is the slick stick, and then I primed it in B.O.S. clear. Some people are saying that I'm echoing, and some people are saying I'm not. Okay, so I have a new jar of Plum Crazy, which, by the way, guys, it falls into my top 5 favorite colors from Dixie Belle. I've got Plum Crazy in a new jar, but I've got an old one here that I just put a baggie over it and a rubber band to keep it nice and fresh for me. So let's get some paint going on that. Just dip in my brush. My brush was already a little bit damp. You don't need much paint here at all. Let me move this down. Thank you guys for telling me that I have no echo. Where did I find the beautiful hardware on top of the chest of drawers? You mean on top of the jewelry armoire? That is a door knocker, and it is from Redesign. And I had the box, and I mean, I must be blind. Where did that box go? I saved it just to show y'all, and I don't know where I ended up setting it down. Anyway, it's a box. It's a door knocker. They've come out with some hardware. They've got some handles and some knobs, and they have door knockers, which is really pretty. So I decided to put it on that. I wanted to completely take away this very traditional look and make it kind of a gothic-y old world look. So, oh, good, Josie, good. Okay, so looky there. We've got one coat. That's all we needed. Because you know how good our Dixie Belle is. One coat. There we go. Great. This is Plum Crazy. So I am going to dry this because we are going to stripe. I promise that's not all we're always going to do, you guys, is stripe. But it is fun and it is fast. And I feel like the more you see it, those of you who don't do it, you'll give it a try. Because it is so simple. And it really changes the look of a piece. I mean, this piece right here, if I wouldn't have striped the inside, it really wouldn't have any playfulness. And by the way, 2 people already want this piece and I haven't even finished it. They're like, oh no, that's mine. Oh no, that's mine. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to find another one so I can make it for them. Okay, so this is a heat gun. Not a lot of fun to watch paint dry, right? But let's get this going. I like to show how fast the projects can be. There we go. That is dry. Paint, the Dixie Belle paint is all natural paint it has a lot of minerals in it, and it dries really fast, usually within about 20 minutes. It's dry. If you're painting on a dresser or a chest of drawers or something like this, by the time you get all the way around, by the time you get back around to your side, it's dry. So this is a heat gun. It just sort of forces it dry. You can use a blow dryer. That helps a little bit as well. So what we're going to do is you can make your stripes any size that you want at all. Don't need a heat gun in Arizona. That is true. That is true. And you don't want to paint in the sun, do you? Because I tell people that all the time. They're like, my paint's drying so thick and streaky. I'm like, your picture is in broad daylight sun. Are you on your driveway? Are you painting in the sun? Oh, yeah, I was. Okay, you might not want to paint in the sun. I do have paint on my clothes. This is my Dixie Belle painting shirt. Look, there's paint all up here. See? I'm covered. This is one of my shirts from the workshop. All right, so y'all know my trick is that I stick it on my clothes and I pull it up. The color in the background looks like Dusty Rose. Oh, and you missed the name. Okay, so this is from last week's live, and we are going to finish it. Hopefully we'll not finish it, but hopefully we'll start working on it again next week. But it's Tea Rose by Dixie Belle. Tea Rose. This is just a primer, but this is finished. This is finished in here, and this is Fluff. This is Fluff, and this color out here is called Tea Rose by Dixie Belle. And we are going to put Marilyn Monroe right here in the middle, blowing a bubble, but she got lost, or she didn't want to come to my party. So, oh, good, Rachel, good. Okay, so what I do is I put tape on my shirt because that takes away a little bit of that tack that's going on. So there's less likely of a chance for it to peel your paint off when you peel your tape off. But I also pull a little tiny short piece like this, and I just use it as a spacer. So let me show you. I put it down right next to my other piece. You see that? So this is my first piece of tape. This is my spacer. Got a spacer there. And then my next piece of tape goes, hold on, there we go, goes right next to it by using that spacer. Then I lift my spacer up and I move it over again, and then I put my next piece of tape down just like this. Okay, spacer goes over on this side. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the paint going on this, and then I'm going to show y'all how I highlighted in that wine color. I'm going to show you how I did that. There's many, many, many ways that you can do it. You can highlight like is on the front of this jewelry armoire. You can highlight with paint. You can highlight with waxes. You can highlight with paint and water. There's many ways to do it. But to that one there, I actually, most of the time I just use my Dixie Belle paint. But that one I actually used a colored wax. Okay, so there we go. We've got all of our stripes on just like that. So I used your tape tricks on a piece I'm working on. It does really help, doesn't it? It is an easy way to space. And now we are going to cross our fingers that I painted that and dried it so fast that I don't have paint to pull up. All right. So now I take my Plum Crazy again, and I usually use my finger, but this one's going to get kind of under my fingernail if I do that. I usually just use my finger, dip my finger in just like that, and I just go along, and this is called burnishing your edges. So I just burnish the edges of my tape just like that. And what that does, I always explain this. I tell you that is this color paint, your base coat paint, is seeping underneath any negative space that's left open on the edges of your tape. Even though you think you've got the best tape in the world and you think that you've pressed it down really hard, trust me, no tape is perfect, and it's gonna let paint get underneath there. Then when you pull, if we were to put our Palmetto green down, and we didn't do this, we put the Palmetto green down and then we pulled our tape up, we would have little wobbles of, or what I call bleed through, but it would be like little uneven lines of Palmetto green that had seeped under. And that is a pain in the butt, no doubt, and it requires you to go back and fix that, and that's just a pain. So I'm going to dry this again real quick, and I'll raise this up. Let's see. It didn't look like this on the side, but wow, Dusty Rose. Yes, I say to people that it's really not a dusty rose, but it definitely does go into like a tan. It's very pink. I think it's just gorgeous. I mean, isn't it beautiful? So if you're afraid of pink, how do you do that if you have more than one color? That is like a mad scientist experiment. You just have to be patient. It takes a little bit more time, and you just do it one stripe at a time. Now, another thing you can do is use a clear base coat, and to burnish your sides, you can just use a clear base coat. That'll also seal it. But I always have an open container of paint right here anyway, so I just use that instead of opening up my clear and having, another product out on my table. As you can see, look at all this. This is everything I've used on this project right here, including this. All all of this. That's everything I use. So anytime I can cut down on having to bring something else out, I do. Okay, so now I'm going to get out. By the way, I freaking loved this Palmetto, and I think I've only used this one other time, and it was just as an accent, but holy cow, it is such a beautiful emerald green. It really, really is. Let's see. Hi, Denise from Chicago. Denise from Chicago, you're not late, hun. It's all right. We were just yapping about this jewelry armoire that I painted, and we're doing some stripes right now. And I know you've done this with me already. Okay, so I've got my Palmetto green, which just look at that. Look how gorgeous that is. Isn't it beautiful? And I just go in real quick, and one coat will do ya, because hello, because hashtag Dixie Belle, hashtag best paint on planet Earth. It just has the most amazing coverage. So there we go, and I just go all the way across. I'm not worried about paint seeping under because we've already put our Plum Crazy down and it seeped under for us, and we are going to have perfect stripes. I'm just praying that it doesn't pull off, but it shouldn't, because I did use Slick Stick and I did use a primer, but I did paint it and dry it in all of about, what did I do that, guys? 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes, and I'm already putting tape on it, so that's a true test, right? True test. All right, I was doing this pretty sloppy, but there we go. Okay, so painted, there we go. Rachel, thank you. Thank you so much. I know it's really been a good day. Okay, we've Houston, we do not have a problem. We've got perfect stripes. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's so pretty. So pretty. Okay, so we're going to bring this back up. I'm seriously going to show you how fast and easy it is to do this whole project. Just one whole drawer right here. That's easy. So now, hi baby, what's up? If you want to come over here, because I can't hear you. Nothing? Oh, I'm back here. I'm talking to my Dixie Belle ladies here. This one is actually frog tape. I don't have a favorite. I know they do go so well together. Aren't they beautiful together? This one is frog tape, and I just buy whatever I come home with, or whatever Matt comes home with, or like if we go to the hardware store, I'll tell someone I need painter's tape, and they just go get it. So I use the 3M, the blue. I don't really. Melissa, what is the 180? What are you talking about, 180? I don't know what Melissa's talking about. Okay, so we would dry this, and it is dry, and then I'm going to do some black wax on it. But we'll give this just a second to dry. Let me see what time it is, 7:40. We're doing good. I want to show you something real quick with the molds, okay, because these little boogers were a bear. I love the molds. I'm addicted to molds. I could do them all day. Love them to death. But those little ones, which I love the idea of the Roman numerals, those ones, the Roman numeral 1 and this tiny little piece right here was really hard to get out. So I figured out a trick, and I'm going to show it to you. Pass. Oh, yes. Oh, good. Oh, we're passing. I see. That's awesome. Melissa, you're doing molds right now. Okay, so I found a little trick, and y'all know I like to give away life hacks. Okay, so this is a hack. Nina, my autoimmune hepatitis, we got results today. I'm in full remission after 18 months of waiting to hear. So super exciting. It's results from my biopsy that I had done 2 weeks ago. And I just have so many wonderful supporters. Doing molds on flower pots. Yes, Sue, you did some beautiful molds, and they are so beautiful. So y'all know that this is the molding material right here. They call it modeling material. It's by Redesign with Prima as well. Inside you will get a bag, and you get all these little cubes, and it's this molding material, and it looks just like this. All these little cubes, they look like this. You take them out. You got to keep this bag closed because they air dry. Okay, this is my little piece that I'm working with right here. I'm just gonna pull off a couple little pieces, put my extra piece in, put it back in my bucket, going to do this real fast. If you get this one, I have extras laid out here. The worst one, the hardest one was this side of the V. Holy cow. I'm not kidding y'all. You really do need this trick. Look, I'm pretty good at molds, and look how sad my little V is. I couldn't figure the V out, but I got the ones figured out, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to show my people that. So this is the trick. I'm going to put the camera down. Okay, you can hear me. I've got my mic on. All right, so I've got my clay right here, and I'm going to do this one right here. So you would think that this would be so easy, and I know they say, okay, well, you can leave it in a little longer. I don't have an hour, you guys. I know that some of the girls are saying, okay, it's best to leave it in for an hour. I've never left my molds in, ever. I just make them and fold them out and let them dry. Well, if I don't have an hour, when I need a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 6. So I needed 8 Roman numeral 1s. 8! I am not going to wait. I am not going to wait an hour 8 times to get a 1 every time. I'm just not going to do it. There's only one of these little puppies. Only one this size. I'm not waiting 8 hours to get 8 1s. This is not happening. Not happening. So honestly, yes, you can use hot glue. That works too. You'll know that I do that because that's nice and fast and easy for impatient people. Or if you have the modeling clay and this is what you want to use, this is what I did. Normally when you've got a mold that looks like this, you would start from this end and you would try to pop it out from this direction, right? Well, I'm telling you, it breaks in half every single time. It's too skinny and it's too long, and it's way skinnier than any trim work that I've ever done, and it breaks in half. It gets stuck and it breaks, and it also twists and kind of torques on itself. But look what I figured out. If you do it from the side, because it's right here on the side, this works. You just fold it back and the whole, look at that. Look at it. The whole little thing pops out. You see that? The whole little thing. It comes out just like that. So I just pushed it back and I just pulled it out at once, just like this. Hold on. There we go. And I just straighten it out. And there we go. That is my hack for y'all. That's my hack. I know, Vanessa. I know. Thank you, Lord. That's my hack. I can't tell you how many of these ones that I broke and got so frustrated and even tried to leave in like 30 minutes. And I'm like, I can't do this 30 minutes 8 times. I don't have that much time. So I was like, oh, I'm going to try it from the side. Lo and behold. So if you love these, and I hope that I very soon can have a project where I can use these big ones. Oh my gosh, I love those so much. I love the big ones. But if you do have a project and you're going to use these little ones, which I think look great, like I showed there on the drawer, that's my life hack. Okay, so yes, I sure do, Angela. They work together with Dixie Belle, and we love using the products. They're a great match. All right, so real quick, I'm going to go back around the front and I'm going to show you how I highlighted that drawer. So hold tight. I'm going to go back around the, oh wait, we were going to wax. That's more important. For those of you who have never waxed, real quick, this is going to be quick and simple. For those of you who've never waxed, do not be afraid. This is Best Dang Wax right here. Best Dang Wax in black. I use it all the time. I use brown and black all the time. A lot of times you'll hear on furniture pieces that you need to clear coat first because wax is grabby and you want to put gator hide down or a satin down and then you can wax. You don't have to. That's a preference. You do not have to. Here is my Dixie Belle brush right here. This one's called the Belle, and I use it for waxing. I love it. It goes right here, just like this. And don't be afraid. Cover your entire drawer. Cover the whole thing, just like that. The more wax you use, actually, the more successful it is. Okay, cover the whole drawer, just like that. And then you come back with a soft cloth, and you just rub it off. And yes, if you're working on a big flat dresser top, you might want to use a sealer first. You're not going to be able to tell the difference, but it's toned it down like greatly. I should have had one with it and one without it so that you could see it just sort of calmed the brightness down and calmed the boldness down. And it just comes right off. And then if you want to go back, you can go back and highlight like this. You can take your brush and just kind of highlight the edges like that all the way around if you want. And just kind of hit it with the rag. Just like that. Not like that. That's gross. Don't do that. That's really gross. Debbie, for wax drying time, you know, it really does depend on your climate, but I think that within a good 24 to 48 hours, the wax has already really cured and is dry, and then you can go back and buff it. But to be honest, I don't even go back and buff it half the time. I just make sure that it feels good, and I just take a cloth and rub it down and make sure that it doesn't feel, it never feels tacky. Their wax never ever feels tacky. So that's that. And I usually take off most of the wax anyway when I'm removing it with the cloth. I just like it for the highlighting. Okay, so I am going to go back around and we're going to do that fun little highlight on the drawer and on the other side, and that's it. And then we're going to be done. I would love to hear from anyone that wants to share information on how I can get a Maryland poster. That would be just fantastic. So here we go. This is what we're going to do. You're going to see me from the side because I want you to see this section right here. I think we'll do this right here. I'm going to reach in front of you just a second and get a couple brushes. All right, so Dixie Belle does have a red metallic wax called Anastasia, and I like it a lot, but it is much more red than this one. This one is by Prima, and it is called Indian Pink, and that's what went best with the Plum Crazy, was the Indian Pink. So this is what it looks like. I don't know how you say this name. It's wax sarcera. I don't even know what that means. Metallic, but it's called Indian Pink. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's just more pink, and it went better with the plum. Better than Anastasia. Anastasia just was giving more of a red tint to me. Okay, so I just use any brush. This is actually a watercolor brush, and this is how I do it. Let's do it right down here. You want to see this right down here? So I just dip it in here, just kind of dab it like that. And I have another brush next here, and it's kind of just an artist brush, a flat artist brush. And I'm just going to pick this little area right here. I just go in here with this small brush, kind of put it in like that. And then I take this bigger brush and I come behind and I just kind of work it in. Just kind of fluff it in. And then I go a little bit harder. I go a little bit more. I want a little bit more. I want it heavier down in here. I want to fill that corner a little bit and maybe come on the outside of it a little bit. You just have to have guts, you guys. I know that you're like, oh, I'm gonna mess that up. You just have to have guts. You just have to go for it. And you know what? If you think it looks bad, it's just paint. You just do paint over it. And did you see that? This wax is good. It just rubs. I did a little bit too much there. It just kind of rubs right off. You like it? Yeah, Harla said, blend it out, girl. That's what I like to do. Now, I don't really want to run it down like I did on this side over here where it looks like it ran down and down over the edge, but I do think I want to take it up a little bit. So let's just keep going up here, just with my brush, getting that corner. I really like this Indian Pink against this old world looking paper that we've got going on here. And get up in that corner. And then use my bigger brush and kind of blend it in with my bigger, fluffier brush. I didn't really want them to be perfect. I don't think this one over here, oh, you can't even see me. Sorry. This one over here I took all the way up, and this one I think I'm going to stop right here. I don't think I'm going to take it all the way up into that corner. So yeah, Maryland will be a lot more fun, but let's just be on the hunt for her. I'm hoping that you guys took me seriously and that you will honestly help me find Maryland. Maybe we'll take this down over here. Let's look at this real quick. I like how this comes down and this ran down. Maybe I'll bring it over and kind of bring it down. What do you think? Bring it over a little bit? See, this is the problem. This is when artists don't know when to stop. So I think I'll take it down like this. Just kind of wiggle it down a little bit. It's like it came over there. Can y'all see? And then run it over like this. Like it kind of hit that. Make it look as though it kind of ran over and then came down into here. I don't really like all of that on there. I'm gonna take some of that off. And this stuff does. This stuff dries as well. Within about 24 hours, it's dry. Make it look like it hit that, ran over and hit this, and kind of natural. Kind of cool. Now, what I did do earlier is I took my Dixie Belle Moonshine metallic and I highlighted right over with Still Magnolia over that, and I think I'll run it back over. Right now it looks kind of flat right there, so I think I'll take my Moonshine metallic and hit it over that once this kind of dries. I'll need to let the wax dry a little bit because I don't want to drag it, so I'm going to let it dry a little. And that's it. I'm done. That's how I did it. Just like that. What does Danielle say? She ordered some lampshade. I used a feather to make veins. Yes, I have done. I actually, years ago, I don't know, it was when my business first started, someone asked me to match some marble, and I did a marble top, and I actually did use a feather, and that does work really, really well. You use a feather and just go real natural and do veining with paint, and that does really, really work. So thank you. Yes. This one's really not like veining. This one's more like a drip or a runoff. So, because it's definitely fatter than veining. Veining was super fine. Okay, guys. Well, it is 10 till, and I'm sure we've got someone coming on right behind me. I'm not sure who it is, but I'm sure there is another live demo coming on at, I'm in Texas, so I'm at 7 o'clock Central Time. I'm sure someone's coming on at 8, but I really, really, the pink wax was called Indian Pink. Indian Pink, and it's from Redesign with Prima. And like I said, Dixie Belle has one called Anastasia that looks real pinkish in the jar, but when you use it, it leans a little more towards the red. So I went with this one. It just matched with my Plum Crazy. So real quick, one more time. You want me to open that up? One more time. Let's look at what all the drawers are going to look like. I forget this has a handle. There we go. Just like that, except I'm going to have to replace my number 1. But that is my Plum Crazy and Palmetto green to match my green felt inside, which I think looks amazing. So it'll look great when we get all of those. Let me see this drawer. Let's slide it in. I'm going to slide this one in. Our drawer that we did rapido. There we go. Awesome, huh? Yay! Thank you. Okay, guys. Well, hopefully we'll be, partying down with Marilyn next Wednesday. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you so much. Thanks, you guys. Y'all have a wonderful night, a wonderful Wednesday night. Okay, we'll see you guys soon. Bye.